Hello, welcome. My name's Laura. I'm a maths teacher at Sixth Form College, and I'm going to talk through the new Casio FX CG 100. I've already unboxed it. We don't get to do all that fun stuff, but I can show it to you. It comes with, in the packet, the AAA batteries. I've already put mine in, so it comes with those 4 AAA batteries, and the case. It's a click-on one rather than the slidey one that the CG50 had. I will say, I was looking at this today, getting ready to record this, and the way that the screen is, I feel like this screen is more likely to get scratches. I've only had this for a couple of months and I've got a really big scratch there. I might as well show you. This is the CG50. I've had this for 4 years maybe. It has run out of battery, which I'm using to my advantage to make me not use it because I'm kind of in love with this thing. And it's going to take me time to get used to the CG 100. But this screen like dipped in. I know it's only a small change, but I feel it means like this screen is more likely to get scratched. So put the case on. I mean, that's my bad, right? So that's a little top tip for you if you're trying to get used to a new calculator. I mean, hopefully you guys won't necessarily have had this one. You'll have come from like a GCSE calculator. I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. But just don't use your old calculator for a little while is my little piece of advice. Put it away somewhere and just use this one and you'll get used to it quicker, and then you'll still have the knowledge of how to use your old one. Okay, so let's put this back. My little paper thing to help it tilt to make me help it show up on the camera a bit better. Okay, so just some of you might know this, it's not really relevant necessarily. The point of this video is, and the videos that are going to come after it, is to get us used to this calculator, to learn what the different buttons do. What does it do differently than the calculators we're used to? How do we do the things, right? So I want to eventually, we'll go through each chapter of the Pearson's Edexcel textbook, because that's what I use to teach where I work, and see what the calculator does for us in each of those chapters. This video is just like an introduction, so I will do a little bit of a comparison with the CG50 at times, but because it's sort of what's in my brain. But yeah, the first thing, well, one of the things is, so we've got our on button, right? Our on button's top left, and then we go into mode, not mode, home, like the menu here, and we have all these different apps on the menu. So the thing that's really good about this, sorry, I just realized I've already put the batteries in, so I was just thinking, oh, I should have shown you what to do if you're putting the batteries in. But basically, when you put the batteries in, you'll select UK mode, alkaline batteries, stuff like that. Hopefully that's self-explanatory. I haven't done that for you, but the thing that's really lovely about this calculator is that the things that you need the most for A-level mathematics doing Edexcel in England, in the UK, is that these things are the ones you're going to use the most. So these top 5, right, and some of these as well. And if you're doing further maths, maybe others. But so I like that. I like the screen, I guess. I can't show you how the screen looked on the other one in terms of the colours and the not pixelation, but like the light. I don't know how to describe it. Yes. Exam mode is easier too. So it's really easy to go into an exam mode if you come down here. So the way, I'm going to talk more about all the buttons and things in the next video, but I'm using these arrow buttons to get around. So I've been into home, which is the button here next to the on button, and I'm using the arrows to move around. So if I come down here, now you'll notice each of the apps, they call them apps, has a letter next to it too. So that's another way, or a number. Actually, the top ones have numbers, 1, 2, 3. That's an easy way to get into them if you like. Or personally, I'm fine with using the arrows, but so you can come into an exam mode. Now to go into the app, you can either press OK or execute. I think I'm used to doing execute, so that's what I do. And you can enter exam mode like that, and it will say do you want to enter exam mode? So I'm not going to press OK because I'm not going to be working in exam mode right now, but it's pretty okay. To exit out, I press this button here and then this button here. So this button is underneath the home button. I'm kind of thinking of it as like an exit button, like a come back out please, like a layer of processing that I've been through in each application. Once you can't go back anymore, you just want to press home and then you can go in. So that's one thing that's easier. Some other things that I've noticed, like they've changed the SD button to a format button. So I was talking earlier about like the different calculators you might have had at GCSE. Some of you will have used the FX991EX, right? Which I don't have these on me. And then some of you will have used the FX991CW, the class whiz. The EX was my preferred one. It's the one I used with my teenagers when they were doing GCSEs. But that got discontinued and replaced with the 991CW. And I think this calculator, the CG100, all these codes, sorry, confusing, is supposed to be more like the 991CW. So students who've had that, which most likely if you've come from year 11 to year 12, that is what you'll have. This is supposed to be similar to that, but better, because obviously it's graphical. I haven't said that yet, have I? It's a graphical calculator, and it's got a lot more apps and a lot more things it can do. But it also, a lot of people complained about the 991CW because it wasn't very easy to convert between decimals and fractions. If you're dealing with a fraction, it gives me that. If I press format, it will make it into a fraction, convert between fraction decimal, kind of nice and easy. So that's nice. Some people have said they missed a trick. They could have made pi a button on its own. It's the same as it was on other calculators where it's above a button. It's above 7 this time, which I've never seen it above 7 before, but you know. So the way that we get to the things written in the turquoisey color is we press shift and then that button. So if I press shift and 7, it will show up pi. I is the same. We use that for complex numbers in further maths. So shift and that, and we get the complex number I. It basically, like, I haven't noticed, I haven't done everything yet, but so far I see it does all the same things as the CG50 graphical calculator. That's the only graphical calculator I've used. I know there's like NumWorks and things. I haven't used those, so I can't comment, but yeah, I haven't found anything. And yeah, I really enjoyed this calculator. I became quite a fierce advocate for the use of it, especially as the exams sort of were changing in style, the Edexcel exam. So I got really into this and I learned how to use this really, really well. And so it's taken me a while to do this, but I've got to do it. But so far I haven't found anything this new one, the CG100, can't do as well as the CG50, and supposedly it's better. There were some people that didn't like these circular silver buttons here. I don't mind it, but anyway, so there's supposed to be improvements there. This calculator is being discontinued in September of 2025. I mean, I'm sure it can be bought secondhand, but what we are advising at my college is that students who currently have this, so the lower sixth who have just gone into the upper sixth, this is videoed in August 2025, if anybody wants to know, just as the new calculator comes out, keep this. If you already have this, keep this, obviously. That would be my advice. And then if you are a new year 12 starting your A-level maths in September 2025, we will be advising our students to purchase the CG100. Okay. Right. What else? Yeah, I've kind of, I didn't talk about the alpha button. So if you want any of the orangey, yellowy things, which are generally for the letters, it does do answer actually. So if I wanted to do 3 times I could do 3 times shift and then that, and it will do 3 times I. That's something we use quite a lot, isn't it? Just to sort of, I mean, you can see the white buttons are generally what we would expect. This is x theta, like algebra, that's a fraction button. Square rooting, raising to a power, different powers, squaring, having e. We've got standard form, that's changing decimals into fractions. So I'm not sure about this button, need to figure that one out. Catalog tools, they're new. Again, I think they were like similar to the 991CW. So I'm going to do a video next about what they do. The settings as well, that's kind of new. We had settings on other calculators. It's just slightly different on this calculator. You've got these sort of shift to the left and to the right buttons. You've got a delete button here, and then this kind of back button. These are completely Laura named buttons, by the way. I don't know. I have read through, not all of, but I have read like the manual online from Casio. I don't know if I figured out what they call them, but we're going with those names. So we'll do a video. I'll do a video next about those. Oh, something that has been said is really good for this one. A couple of things I was going to talk about is that when you type in like sine, it will automatically bring up a bracket, and the CG50 did not do that. I don't know if the 991 CW did. I think it might have done. So perhaps for this, some of this stuff is not that relevant for you guys who've had the 991CW at GCSE. You'll be like, oh yeah, my last calculator did that. So if I want to put sine of 30 in, and then I think, oh no, it does work, but it's, you know, a reminder to close the bracket, but it seems to be allowing you to not close the bracket as well. So, you know, hey, fine. Something else I would like to kind of mention at this point, I guess, because it doesn't really fall into mathematics stuff, is keeping your calculators safe, right? This is an expensive piece of equipment. When I just looked it up a minute ago, it was £140. I know you can buy it through educational companies that sell to colleges and schools and things, and it should be cheaper. I know through my college we do it that way for our students, but you still want to keep it safe, right? So if you come down here to system, I think, let's check. And then, so all I did was, I should describe what I'm doing. So I'm in home mode, I've got the menu up, and I'm using the scroll buttons to get to system, which is the J option app. You can reset here, you can do other things, I'm sure, to do with lighting and stuff. But if you come all the way down, not all the way down, yeah, it's all the way down to username. So see there, I can go down, but I can also pop back up to username and press OK. I've got my name saved in there, so you can edit that. In this calculator, you could secure your username with a PIN number. You can't do that here. You can put your organization, so you can type where you work or what college you're at as a student. Now, this is what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to take a photo of this ID, I'm going to take a photo of this screen and save it in my phone, in my notes, where I have all like important IDs and documents and things and codes, because that is unique to this calculator. I know this, you know, it's not a very nice thing to think, but if you have your calculator and you've saved your name in it, but it's not locked, and someone takes it and puts their name in it, they can say, oh, it's my calculator. So having that and your name, and like, I mean, I guess there's still probably a way around that people can do something, but that's your calculator. If anyone has any other ways of keeping it safe than that, let me know. But that's what I was thinking that I would do. Not that there's been any history of anything like that in where I work, but you never know. Okay, so yeah, so next video is going to be how we use this back button, the shift buttons, and the settings, catalog, and tools. And I'm just going to talk through some of these like slightly newish buttons. I actually haven't figured out what these do, so that might be in the next video too. Let's see. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.